Hey, what's going on, everybody? How are you? And welcome. This is Alone Together Pittsburgh, Alone Together streaming. We are coming to you live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, sending it all across the world. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We started the show the day that the shelter in place order came down on the pandemic, and we've been at it ever since. We thought for a minute there we were going to. We were gonna stop the show after a while when things started to look like they were opening up, but alas, we were wrong. Even though that Allegheny County is green, it is greenish, as Pete would call it. It's baby poop green. There it is, right there. But we're still working on it here. We're here basically every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 8 o'clock. We're here talking to you. We're bringing a variety of people on, everybody from life coaches and accountants to artists, actors, dancers, and everything in between. So we've got a great show lined up for you tonight. We have Erin Hart is going to be here talking about some local farms and such. And we also have Kate Romane is here. The chef of chefs is here tonight. We've been trying to have her on the show probably since episode 1. And here we are, week 19, episode 60. Is this 67? Hey, Dave Mansueto.
Yes, I'm here.
Is this episode 6? What episode is this?
It's not 67.
What
it's
is
not
it
67. But it is 60. Let me see. Last week was 60, 61, 62. 63. It's 63.
That doesn't make any sense
numerology,
to me.
man. That's a lot of threes. That's lots of luck packed up on top of each other.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I could have sworn that this would have been like another number. I thought it would have been like a 4. But I was wrong. I was wrong. And I admit that I'm wrong. I say that I'm wrong. Pete pointed out that my hair is getting a little longer and curlier. The pomade's not doing the trick anymore. I'm eventually going to need to get a haircut, folks. It's going to have to happen. I was going to try to beat out this thing, but we're still in this thing. So a couple of things before we start the show. I want to tell you about, if this is your first time watching, we have a little thing here that we call the Jagoff poll, right? The Engine House 25 Winery Jagoff poll, if you will. Engine House 25 Winery sponsors the Big Jagoff and Little Jagoff poll. Engine House 25 Winery is located right where the Strip District meets, I almost knocked over my computer, where the Strip District meets Lawrenceville, right there in Doughboy Square. It's a fire engine house. As you look above me right here, you can see their logo. If you go to enginehouse25eh25.com, you can get a great selection of wines. They have a variety right now. They're still doing curbside, so you can call in or you can go online, buy it in advance. You just let them know when you're coming. Give them a ring when you're outside. They bring it out. They put it in your trunk. It is contactless. It is safe. They have at least 8 or 9 varieties of red blends. They also have a killer Chardonnay and a killer Rosé, but they're having a hard time keeping in stock. So check out Engine House 25 Winery. It is fantastic. No lines. So let's talk about the Jagoff Bowl. It started in March. We started this in March because all sports went away. And there was a void, and there was no bracket poll. There was no March Madness poll. So we started the Jagoff poll. It is a positive. We had people on the show. Chris Doze was on last week, and he was confused. Are these derogatory things? Are we making fun of the guests? No, we're not. Everybody who is involved and everything that is involved in the Jagoff poll, it is from the heart. It is a term of endearment. It's like saying, look at that little Jagoff over there, in a positive phrase. So we have the Big Jagoff poll, which is our overnight poll, and our Little Jagoff poll. But the Big Jagoff poll was over the weekend, and it was a doozy. Dave Mansueto, my wingman, tell me about it.
Well, it's a big thing. A little big man from Bloomfield, known other as Tom Savini as Sex Machine versus everybody's favorite label, Mr. Yuck, man. When Mr. Yuck shows up to a party, you know the party is going to be nasty. And the same thing goes for Tom Savini.
All right. I like that. You don't do the best for anything. So if you'll know, Tom Savini, a Pittsburgh legend, and the Mr. Yuck sticker from Pittsburgh, a doctor in Pittsburgh. Mr. Yuck sticker beat the emoji, and I believe Sex Machine trounced in the first round. I believe. Who was it that he beat there, Dave, in the first round?
I got no idea, man.
Fantastic. So who pulled it out tonight?
Boom!
Oh, man.
Look at that. Sex Machine got trounced by Mr. Yuck. You know what? I was rooting for Sex Machine every day. Mr. Yuck, you know it. You got to root for the underdog. And Mr. Yuck, that man dominates with his green face. In fact, it's too green. Maybe change it up a little bit, Mr. Yuck, next time. You've been around long enough. Keep it fresh.
Mr. Yuck moves on to the Sweet 16 round. Everybody's favorite, do not touch this, it'll make you sick sticker. Mr. Yuck moves on, beats Sex Machine. I guess we'll never have Tom Savini on the show now. So that's okay. The people have spoken, and that's the way it is. So that moves along. Dave, what about the Little Jagoff? Now, the Little Jagoff in-show poll, which we're going to tell you guys, you can start voting on immediately. It is just for you. It is just for our live audience, our podcasters. We're the podcasters. If anybody's listening to the podcast, which, by the way, we're podcasting now. If you're watching this thing and you don't want to watch it, you just want to listen to it, like you're on the treadmill, you're on a walk, we're on the podcast. You can get us in the App Store. But, Dave, what is our in-show Little Jagoff podcast? Wait.
Oh, baby. This is my favorite. I like the little dogs. You know what I mean? I like to watch the puppies battle it out during the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? I turn on the Puppy Bowl and I just let it ride. That is the Little Jagoff to me. Little things that matter. The underdogs, the tiny tots, the ones that are roughing it up. And tonight it is Gumban versus Bop. Bop. It should be Bop. I'm going to call it Bop. The Gumban versus Bop. Two things that are undeniably Pittsburgh. They are stubbornly Pittsburgh. It is the Gumban. I don't know why. I'm not from here. Bop. Why do you call it Bop? Whatever. It's your world, Pittsburgh. It's your turn to choose your little jag tonight. Voting starts now, damn it.
Okay, voting starts now. Pop, P-O-P, versus Gumban. Two iconic Pittsburgh phrases. Now, pop, depending on where you're from, we always just call it everything soda Coke, but pop is also a thing. So it's everything. A pop is Coke, it's Pepsi, it's Dr. Pepper, it's Sprite, it's RC Cola, it's all of the above. It's pop. That's a Pittsburgh thing. Gum band. If you don't know what a gum band is, you should have looked at the picture. What people, what Anglo-Europeans call a rubber band, we call it a gum band. So get your vote on right now. Which moves on? Because in the Little Jagoff world, which is like the JV squad to try to make it to the big leagues, the Wednesday show, Little Jagoff poll, goes against the Thursday show, Little Jagoff poll, and they meet and face off the winners on Friday for a shot to make it into the big bracket poll. You can go to our website and see what the whole bracket is. It is fierce. There is only 3 slots left before everybody's in the Sweet 16. It's getting closer and closer and closer. It started with 64 teams, and it's getting closer right now. So get that going there right now. Ellen Mansueto just let me know that Dave can't read, and she would know. Okay, so that's the deal. I've got a couple of things to talk about. Keep the curls. All right, thank you, Mrs. M. I will try to keep the curls. A couple things to talk about here right now. Couple of life things. I mean, I know I try not to go out of the house very much, but still life is happening. A little heads up to everybody out there to watch out for scams that are happening right now, because your buddy Patrick got caught in a scam today. Got caught up in it, got scammed. All right, so I got a call, came on the caller ID from Duke Kane, all right, from Duke Kane Light, Duke Kane Power. It came on the caller ID. So I answered the phone hesitantly. What's this about? So I called. They say that there's a shut-off notice on my power. Now I pay my bills. So it said there was a shut-off notice on my power. So I checked the number that they called me from. Checks out. It's actually the number for Duquesne Light on my caller ID. So we go through it back and forth. They give me a song and dance. They're going to shut it off. They sent 3 letters, blah, 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 blah. It's sounding legit. I'm getting bounced around to different people, different codes, different extensions, talking to this person, that person, this person. They needed to get the money stat. I should have known, but I'm caught up. COVID, got a little kid in the house. Oh my God, they're going to shut off my power. It could happen. People screw up all the time, right? So I go through all these phases, I get them the money, and then I realize, I think to myself, oh my God, I'm getting scammed. Okay? So I catch this out. I do a little bit more due diligence. Yes, I am getting scammed. They keep calling me, right? They keep calling me. They got some money from me already, right? I got taken, right? They got me, but they wanted more. right? So that trips me off. So next thing I'm doing, I'm calling the police, I'm calling Duquesne Light, I'm doing this, I'm filing out reports, this, that. The cops show up. They've been doing this to everybody. They're hitting everybody up. They're making it like urgent. They're going to shut off the power. I'm just saying, if Duquesne Light calls you or anybody calls you and says there's going to be a shut off in a half hour, don't be a moron or a goon like your friend Patrick here. It's a scam. This is me putting up a red flag for you right now. These bastards have no soul, and they can burn somewhere right now. They can eat it. But I'm letting you know. I would rather light a candle than curse your darkness. I'm letting you know right now. Watch out for those scams. Another thing, I've got some family that went away for the week, right, in a very secluded area, and they are at a beach that shall remain Bethany. And they go down, they set everything up, socially distanced. They're 6 feet apart from anything. They have their tent, and a bunch of goons come down, drop their tent in front of theirs, and start a yelling contest and start a fight. You don't own this beach. I don't quarantine. I don't socially distance. Screw you. I'm America. This is freedom. All that stuff. So they're out there, folks. Okay, I'm going long here. I could go long here, but they're out there. Okay. So it happens. You got to keep a level head with these people. They're assholes. Pardon my language. So just watch out for that. They're out there. They're coming. They're on every level. But maybe some of our guests tonight can go further about that. Dave obviously doesn't care for what I'm talking about. He brought up the Van Damme. I guess that's my hook. That's Jean-Claude Van Damme from a little movie called Bloodsport. That's right. That's where Jean-Claude Van Damme, somehow I believe he was adopted to his American family. He always is adopted. And then he goes and he wins in the end and over incredible odds. Just like we are going to have to do. We're going to have to keep wearing masks and keep things rolling. Hey, Dave Mansueto, were you able to grab that photo that I sent you about Mr. Yuck today?
Oh, I got it. You want it?
Yeah, let's pull it up because I wanted to talk about this when it was happening. I got caught up in the music and everything, and you saying bop. I got totally sidetracked because it's pop, folks. The in-show poll is pop. While Dave's pulling that up, notice that this little Venmo is tickering across the screen. Chris Preska, good friend, came up with this on Facebook today, and
the positioning's perfect. It's perfect.
This is how it should be. I love this. You are a golden god, Dave. Let me see if I can. There we go. Perfect. So
that's just luck.
Chris came up with that Mr. Yuck for the new for 2020, the 2020 Mr. Yuck. Chris, we're going to try to have him come on the show eventually. He's a killer writer, director, producer, and obviously a graphic artist. So there you have it. The Mr. Yuck just came out of the ethos for our time here right now. So get your voting on right now for the in-show poll, which is Gum Band versus Pop for Pittsburgh. All right, thank you for joining. Hit this Venmo here, Together PGH, to support the artists that are involved in the show tonight. We also, if you don't have Venmo, you should probably get on that because it's really good for contactless paying people. But if you have $1, $2, $5, $3, it's all good. Let it happen. Kick in some money. So that said, also, if you don't have Venmo, you can go to our website and hit us up on the PayPal. We got that too. So thank you very much for joining us. I want to get right to the guests for tonight. So up first with our local farmers market roundup. I don't know what her graphic's going to be this week, but here she is, Erin Hart. Oh God.
Oh my gosh.
We kept that. I guess we kept that for you, Erin. So Erin Hart, how are you?
I'm good, Patrick. I'm sorry to hear about your day.
It's okay. It's all right. I got, I'm usually sharper to these things. It sounds a lot crazier when I laid it out for you, but literally they have the technology that the phone comes up. They're right. Faking the phone number. So right. Even the phone number in the missed calls was the actual number for that. They had the tech, they had the numbers, they had everything else. It was high tech stuff. I just want to make people be aware of it. I'm usually sharper to these things, Erin.
I know. That's a shame.
It's not even about the money. It's about me getting taken that I'm really pissed off about.
I know. Well, that's why it works, because they work on they know exactly what to say.
Yeah, it was fine. It's just, you
Yeah.
know, before there was a kid, Aaron, I'd have just been like,
But it's
screw
on
you,
your
turn
camera.
off my power, you son of a bitch. But I'm like nervous now. I'm like
I
nervous about
know.
lots of things. Look, this is me. I'm a puppy on the internet.
Puppy.
That's basically me. I'm just like a
You have a nice
child. And
collar.
yeah, well, I come from a good home.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Aaron, talk to me. What's been new since last week, and what is going on now?
Well, the farmers market moved back downtown on
Hmm.
Thursday, so that's happening. We're Next Pittsburgh came out with a new article about the farm markets, so not just going and seeing all different vendors, but going to the farm stores. So if you want to go for a drive, get out of the city, you can all of, like sort of like a ring around Allegheny County. As soon as you get to the border, there's a farm store like Janoski's or Orgles, Simmons, Trax. They're all like just a ring around Pittsburgh. So they're
Awesome.
nice to go to because then you could go out anytime if you don't hit like that 4 hour window for the farmers market in your neighborhood.
Awesome. All right, so we got those farmers markets. Did you go down to the farmers market downtown at all last Thursday?
I did not go down. I'm going to go down tomorrow
Okay.
and check it out, and just see how the vendors are doing. I did talk to the Bloomfield market.
Hmm.
Said that their weekly traffic is down like 1,000 people per week, but the farmers' sales are basically up. So what
Okay.
it means like people aren't going and like hanging out, which is a shame because that's a really nice thing about the farmers markets. But that's just the time we're in. So the farmers are selling just as much as they had been in Bloomfield. So yeah, what I try to do is keep in touch with the farms to make sure that they're selling a lot, and they are. So the farms are all doing pretty well that are selling direct to consumer. What I'd really love for people to do is this will be the only time that you can build a relationship with a farmer this year because there aren't going to be any events. So the only events that are going to happen are farmers markets. When you think about it, there's not going to be any tasting events. There's no county fairs. All of that has been canceled. So if you think about like I miss going out and I miss doing things. These farmers markets, it's very safe because it's outside. Um, so I think it would be, it's a good thing to check out. A lot of the markets have cut down on the number of vendors they have to keep people distant. Keep tables in front of the vendors, and you can't touch anything that you're buying. I was on a call today, and they were talking about like contact tracing with the health department, and they were saying, we don't even need to worry about contact tracing at the farmers market because no one's 6 feet, no one's less than 6 feet apart, and no one's spending 15 minutes away from each other. So even the Department of Health was saying it's like, just perfectly safe environment to shop. They didn't say that, but I'm extrapolating that.
I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna
It was
talk to
the
the
Pennsylvania Department of Health, not Allegheny County.
whatever the Pennsylvania Department of Health. We're gonna say that exactly word verbatim, and we're gonna see, and we're gonna put your picture on it.
Go
Okay,
for it.
so I mean that's something. I mean it's outdoors, so we know that that's helpful to begin with. And if
Yeah.
everybody's obeying the 6 foot rule, you
Yes.
know, that's where it's at. I mean, I was at the. I mean, everybody's got these stories, but I was at the counter checking out at a drugstore, and somebody was right up on me at the checkout,
Yeah.
and
I know.
I had to turn and actually be like, "Can I help you with something? You want to stay?" Yeah, like I had to
Back off.
like. Of course, that was today when I was in my zone of anger and
Right.
rage, so it might have been I might have hulked out on the guy a little bit, but there's no reason for you to be there. I mean, we're 5 months into this, so
Yeah, and you can still order. So there's still all these pre-ordering. So like the Bloomfield Saturday Market, if you go onto their website, you can click to the different links to the websites to pre-order from a lot of the farms. A lot of the farms are doing home deliveries
so
still.
you can pre-order and they'll have it ready for you to go at
Yes.
the really
At
okay,
the Bloomfield Market. Yeah.
and that's new.
That's they started that last week.
Okay, great. I wasn't aware of that.
Well, when we hang up, I'll copy and paste the link to that order form in the Facebook comments.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
oh, there you go. Well,
Yeah,
I don't
let's
need
go.
to do that. Dave and
We're
Pete are all over it.
Dave and Pete have the techno. They're not like me. They're not going to
I'm
get
like
taken.
jotting things down on a post-it note. They're like, it's already done.
They move fast. These guys do, but that's awesome. Okay, that is good news right there because
Yeah.
that's something that
See the
I'd be
online
interested
market
in.
store. You can see it right on the screen. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Right there below the thing there. Hey guys, scroll
hmm
down a little bit. But yeah, so that's great. So Bloomfield's doing that. Do you know of any other farmers markets that are doing that?
Mount Lebanon Saturday Market. I believe they put links on their website. Each, I think the Ligonier Market did something similar. They have each market. I mean, it's amazing how sophisticated these markets are, considering that they're run by either volunteers or very small staffs. Um, so each of them they at least list the vendors and how to order direct from them. If you go to their Facebook pages or their website, it's just it runs the gamut on who's managing them and so forth.
Awesome. Well, that's fantastic. I'm into that. Let's if the downtown gets. I'm curious to see how the downtown market went last week, and I'm also curious to see how many people are working downtown. How many people are down there? I mean, I know a lot of
I
people
know.
live
I'm going to go
downtown.
down there tomorrow to check it out.
Please do snap some pictures,
I will. So I
and
will report back next week.
next Wednesday or this
That'll
Wednesday.
be my assignment. Yes.
Okay, good. That's great, and we'll come back. So, you got anything else for me, or are we gonna just wrap up till next Wednesday?
If anybody knows anybody who needs food boxes, we can help with that as well. Farm to Table is working with a lot of organizations and a lot of farms delivering boxes of food. So people can reach out to us just through our website or on social media and contact us. We're doing our boxes through the end of August, and then we hope to get renewed through the end of December as well.
Awesome.
Here's our website.
All right, we got it there. We got the website up there. The links are coming in the comments section of this chat here. Check it out. My mind's blown. You can pre-order your orders at the farmers market and have them picked up and ready for you when you get there. So get on that, folks. Erin, thank you so much for coming with us another Wednesday. And what are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking some Boyd and Blair vodka in my Fresh Fest glass. It was on the rocks, but I'm in my attic, so now it's just all.
The rocks didn't last long.
No, it's really hot up.
See, I had to talk too much early on in the show. I'm sorry. I dragged out your entrance. So it'll be shorter next Wednesday, I promise.
That's
All right,
no problem.
Well, anyway, Erin Hart, thank you so much. Everybody,
Thank you, guys.
check that out. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Have a good night.
Bye, Erin.
Bye.
Oh, there we go. There's a more regular thing. Only one or two fruits that aren't local there. Hey, look at that. That's amazing.
Check out my scene, baby.
You look good, Dave. You look very good.
Hey, Patrick, I haven't done this joke before, Patrick.
Hey, it's like drive time, Dave. People only watch the show for 15 minutes at a clip, so it's all new. You could try out the same joke 3 or 4 times. It's like you're on tour.
No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
Another wear your mask video. It's funny how many of them are in the Batman movie. Are there any other ones in the Batman movie?
Wear a mask.
I'm not afraid to be seen standing up to these guys.
The mask's not for you. It's to protect the people you care about.
I don't need to say it anymore. You should be wearing a mask at this point, folks. If you don't know, it's basically an IQ test if you're not wearing your mask out there. Don't be a jag. Put on a mask. One other thing for you. I hate to have to say this again. I saw, as Pete would call them, something else. A lot of noses out. A lot of noses out. Lot of noses out, folks. Okay? So just come on. Suck it up. Cover the only bird-friendly roaster in the Pittsburgh area. And if you go to redstartroasters.com, use the code TOGETHERPGH, you'll receive 10% off of your beans. Also, while the pandemic's going on, Red Start Roasters is doing something awesome. They are waiving their delivery fee, no shipping and handling. They will deliver to you free if you're in the Pittsburgh area in the 412 area code. If not, I think it's only $3 or $4 for shipping. So get onto it. Go to redstartroasters.com and use the code TOGETHERPGH. They are bird friendly and delicious. So speaking of Gem Mint 10s, our next guest that's coming out here, the royal, we have been trying to have her on this show for 19 weeks. And she was on our short list of our first guests on the first night. Okay. She is one of the premier chefs in town, premier caterers in town. She used to run a restaurant called E Squared, but now she is the major domo at Black Radish Kitchen. But tonight, she's here to talk to us about all of that. But she's also here to talk about a little platform, and it's a platform and community for restaurant, bar, and event industry people, and also has a great little piece for us guests. Here she is, the one, the only, Kate Romane. How are you, Kate? You're muted. It's okay. You're not muted now.
Thanks.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. You're looking good. You're the first person that can pull off glasses on
No, I
the
was just
show
going
and
to take
not
them
have
off.
a glare.
They're totally glaring. Look at that.
I wasn't seeing the glare before,
Yeah.
but you look so great. I mean, you set the tone, you set the mood.
Oh,
I mean, I got my
thanks.
glasses. If you want to see a glare, I mean, you see these things. I mean, it's like good night. It's no. How
These are
you?
transition lenses too, so they might turn into
Transition
sun.
lenses.
Yeah,
Oh,
because I'm
that's-
an old lady now. Okay.
So
Hi.
anyway, how are you? Thank you for finally joining us. Literally, it only took 19 weeks.
Damn, you're really giving me some sass tonight.
I'm not giving you sass. I'm legit excited that you're here, and there's so much I want to talk to you about. But before I jump into everything, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm drinking some tequila.
Tequila. What kind of tequila are you drinking?
Some silver tequila.
Silver. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
this
Are you?
Coralejo.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. I mixed some with some juice.
Oh, is it watermelon juice?
This is not watermelon. This is cantaloupe.
Oh, it's different this summer. Last summer it was
Well,
watermelon.
I still do the watermelon. What happened was I had a lot of extra cantaloupe in the house, and it was going to turn. So what I did was I juiced the cantaloupe as best as I could, and now it is my tequila mixer for tonight.
That sounds fresh and delicious.
It is fresh and delicious. It makes you.
Yeah.
It makes you just like, you know what I mean. It's just,
Ooh.
it's not a straight tequila kind of night yet. By the time maybe we're halfway through our interview or when we finish, I'll be drinking it straight from the bottle, Kate. I've had a day. I've just had a day.
It sounds like it. That sounds awful. I'm sorry about that.
But I'm a fool. I'm a fool. Is that a Corona?
It is.
You're having a whole like a beach motif tonight.
Yeah.
This is very nice. I like it very much. So before I go off on tangents and seeing how you're doing, let's talk a little bit about Safe Service Pittsburgh.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about that before we drink too much tequila.
Yeah, we just launched it. We've been kind of, me and a number of people in the industry brought this together, basically just as a resource. For 5 months, so much information is just flying around. We're all riding this wave of trying to figure out what we're doing. Everything from bars, catering companies, restaurant owners, workers, you name it. Everybody's been kind of like trying to figure it out. So, and kind of following all different platforms to find information. So this is really, we wanted to bring one centralized place that's really focused on us, to find information, resources, to communicate with each other. We don't get to see each other anymore. Anything from where to find legal help to where to buy plexiglass, what's the latest coming down from the county, to also like to help with a consumer confidence piece so that people know what restaurants are valuing safety right now. And it doesn't need to be a dividing line. It just really needs to be, oh, look at that.
Oh, and that's the guest. That's phase 2 of what we're talking about. That is the guest pledge, which is another component, which is awesome, where people like me, not involved in the industry, can chime in, show my support, and say that yes, we are not going to be assholes when we come to these places, but we're also going to know what the protocol is, and we're part of you, and we're all part of the same community. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But go on.
That's it. I mean, it's a positive. We're trying to put out something positive that we can all get on board that, like, yes, this sucks right now. It's really hard for everyone, from anybody working in the industry, trying to go out to eat, trying to support us. It's also difficult for consumers to know how to support us or where to go. So that's kind of what we wanted to do, is pull that together. And then, and show that we like, there's a lot of us that value like safe behaviors. And as the county, you know, they change their minds a lot, but it's with safety in mind. So we just, it's following what they're putting down. So as hard as it may be.
So I know you have a number of people that are already signed up for this.
Yeah,
we
do.
Of restaurants and stuff, and caterers and everything in between. I mean, what if somebody's watching right now that's not involved? How do they get involved? What's the process?
They go to the website. You can sign up right through the website, safeservicepgh.com. Whether you're a guest, whether you're a service worker, whether you are a business owner, if you're involved in the restaurant industry, you know, there's a place for you here. If you're a person that loves the fact that there's so many great restaurants and event places in Pittsburgh, this is a place for you to just show that you support us in that way. So hopefully, you know, we get some traction in that way, like, and we can show that, you know, we're a city that really cares about the restaurants, the restaurant workers, event spaces, and the customers that have been supporting us for this whole time.
Yeah, and if you see if somebody's on this, you know you're in good hands when you go to these places.
Exactly.
You know people, and that's amazing, right? I think this is such a great idea. It kind of blew my mind when it came out. I'm like, oh my God, of course, like of course it's going on. And it was. I feel like this was so needed. I mean, like even on this show, we talk about it all the time. It's just kind of like confusion. This is kind of like a light that's shining on it here. So that's an awesome component to it. SafeServicePGH.com is the website. Everybody should check that out. Now, Kate, Romane, let's talk about everything else here.
Oh, girl.
Oh,
I don't think we can talk about it
okay,
all.
not everything. Maybe a little bit. Okay, so, we'll talk. First off, let's get the COVID out of the way here, right? Okay, so COVID drops, everything changes. Now, as far as the catering goes, it was a grayer area than restaurants at the start of this thing.
You know, it was a harsh hammer. We lost. I ironically was at a catering conference in Vegas when this all went down, and within hours of being back, maybe $27,000 in business just in a week, in a couple of hours, and then since then we've seen like our entire year kind of get postponed or canceled. So, you know, I would say 80% of our contracted work is gone. So fortunately, as a caterer, we just had to basically scrap the year and figure out something else to do. Mm-hmm. And we've been, you know, as a team with Sarah and Sherry and Dan, and everybody at Black Radish, we've been like coming up with new ideas and working with our farmers and, launching some different stuff until we can get back to celebrating in the same way we used to.
Mm-hmm. Understood. But you were super creative, right? You were constantly working. You know what I mean? You were finding out ways to get things going. So you had pickup, you had takeout. What else? Were you guys delivering anything?
We're only delivering. We do contact-free delivery. You know, we're a catering company. We have 2 big vans. You know, Sarah has a really great route app that she manages for us, so it's really easy for us to get all over town. So we just launched something that's called Belly Basket Unlimited.
Belly Basket. That was my next question. I was going to be like, so tell me about this Belly Basket Unlimited.
Yeah, so you know, we had started out with the Little Radish Market just to kind of like throw some stuff out there to get people to kind of cut down on the amount of times you have to go to the grocery store. We'll just do some prepared foods and freezer stockers. And so Belly Basket Unlimited is kind of like is the next generation of that, which is it's prime farm time, right? Like all our farmers are producing, and we've been working with these farms I've been working with these people for the last 10 years. So we decided, and they're seeing a hit, you know, as Erin mentioned, that there's a drop at the farmers markets. They're seeing a loss in restaurant sales right now. So a way to prop that up is when they have stuff that they need to move, like too many tomatoes that are about to turn, or instead of it going into the waste economy, sell it to us. We make it into something delish, hopefully, and we're going to deliver it to your door. And we get to kind of keep this local economy, like working and keeping our friends and farmers some money in their hands. So that's kind of, and not to mention that it's super fun. I mean, I'm going to say fun. It's super creative for us as chefs, because, you know, on Monday night, you know, Eros from Who Cooks For You just showed up with, you know, 50 pounds of cauliflower and 50 pounds of tomatoes. And so we have to, like, on the fly, figure out what to do with it. And that's been really fun.
That's like Iron Chef to the 10th power. It's like, we're just going to throw these ingredients at you and then get them out the door.
Yeah. And luckily I have super talented people working for me. So, like, or with me. Sherry and Dan that had Thin Man Sandwich, like, they're awesome, you know? So they make it all delicious.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, well, you're modest, but yeah, they're awesome. That's true. That's very true. So, all right. So what's going on? What's going on? All right. So that's aside. You've had that going on there. What's been going on? How have you been handling this whole thing?
Ooh. Been drinking a lot of tequila and bourbon.
You sound like me. This is why I asked. This is the answer, because it's kind of become a thing. I actually graduated on this show. I went from just bourbon for the first several weeks.
Same.
And then I shifted into tequila several weeks ago, and I haven't looked back. I mean, there was one night I went back to bourbon, and that's because, I mean, it's the, you know, the man behind the curtain here. I'm literally have a laptop on 3 pillows on my lap here. So once I'm locked in, I'm locked in. So I was out of tequila, and there was only a bourbon in arm's reach. So I made the shift, like a mid-show shift back to the bourbon, and it tasted very different for me. So,
yeah.
But tequila, I've been going like that. Mezcal, I'm back on the mezcal train.
Same. Loving that.
Loving
Loving that.
Whether it's just the straight mezcal or I'm topping off other cocktails myself with mezcal. So I'll do like somewhat of a mix, like I said, the old school watermelon. Remember the watermelon water from last summer?
Oh yeah.
Right. So the watermelon with tequila. Now I'll put a little bit of mezcal on top, like a floater.
Oh shit.
On top of it. Yeah, think about it. And the whole drink becomes a smoky masterpiece. And you know, you've got guys, you know, making, well, right now they're making like tens of dollars shaking cocktails. That's right, shaking cocktails.
I wasn't sure what this.
Well, there's more money in that, actually, in the other version of that. There's way more money in that. There's way more money in that. To be honest with you, as an actor, it's been like, you know what's the next step? Because there's nothing left here for actors, except for those films or you know those that talent, and that's where Pete Spinda and Dave Mansueto usually come in. I didn't freeze. I was just holding that for dramatic effect. Question for you. Another question for you. Okay, so the in-show poll we have on the show here right now, it is gum band, right? Gum band versus pop. Now, where would you fall on that?
I mean, I didn't grow up. I'm a Coke, everything Coke person. So I'm gonna have to go gum band.
Okay, I'm with that.
I'm gonna have to go gum band.
Yeah, I grew up, everything was Coke. Okay, it was basically Coke across the board. Of course, we did not drink Pepsi products, and I can't stand them to this day.
Same.
But, I can say that because it's not like Pepsi was going to sponsor the show. But yeah, not big on the Pepsi train. Can't do it too sweet. But I don't usually drink caffeine or anything like that. I don't even drink coffee. But yeah, everything seems to be Coke. But lots of Pittsburgh thing is pop, right? Do you call it gum band or rubber band? I
do call it rubber band.
See, okay.
I'm clearly I didn't grow up.
You didn't grow up here, but you've been here longer than you haven't, right?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know how many years now. So
yeah, and you spent a lot of time. You spent a lot of time in the Strip. You spent time in Highland Park. You spent time all over the place. Has any Pittsburghisms rubbed off on you?
Oh yeah. I'm a Steelers fan.
Okay, you're a Steelers fan. Where are you from originally?
Ohio.
Ohio. Okay, that's okay. You could be from Ohio.
My family's from Eastern PA, but I went to high school in Ohio. I would say that.
That's fine. So, what was the sports team where you went to school? What was like the big sports team? Not like what was your high school mascot?
Oh, I was going to say that.
What was that?
Ohio State.
What was your?
It was the Wildcats. I was Wildcats. Mm-hmm.
Do you know what my high school mascot was?
What?
The Fighting Quakers.
Where the fuck? Where did you go to high school?
Quaker Valley. The Fighting Quakers. It's you can't get. I mean, it's pretty not PC. I mean, they're
Yeah.
pacifists. And it was the Fighting Quakers. It was I didn't even think about it when I was in high school. It was like, yeah, we're the
Doesn't even
Fighting
make
Quakers.
sense.
Yeah, that was it. So that was my high school mascot. But enough about that. Okay, so Ohio State. What was the pro team like? Did you make a shift that you're a Steelers to become a Steelers fan?
I mean, my family were all Eagles fans.
Oh,
They're,
okay, so that's the break. So you became
Yeah.
the Steelers fan over the Eagles fan.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel that. But any words? Do you say things like jagoff, yins? Do you say gum band, red up, crick, creek, anything like that? Buggy.
I say Crabbo. That's a Pittsburgh. That's a Pittsburgh like restaurant thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Crabbo is a quart container, but for
Okay.
some reason, it's called a Crabbo, and it's stuck, and I have no idea why. I do say yins
Did you say
sometimes
yins? Okay.
with for effect.
I like that.
It doesn't just come out naturally, but I feel it.
I feel it too. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's
Yeah.
good. It happens. These are just little questions that I thought I haven't asked anybody that I'm just curious to ask
Yeah.
Kate about. All right. So, okay. So what else? What we got?
Oh no, how are you guys doing? This show is awesome. I'm sorry it has taken me so long to get on here. This is
Oh,
cool.
no, it's okay. We kind of lost. We stopped asking you every day after the second week.
Damn, man. Come on.
Dude, no. It's not a big deal. I hold no grudges. I've got lots of people that we've had. I mean, it was. I mean, we wanted you, but like there were lots of people that didn't show up on the show. I don't have any ill will or hard feelings to anybody. This has been the craziest goddamn time ever. Like,
Oh my god.
like to get into the I haven't even registered how big a deal this thing really is. Like the country shut down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's never happened. You know, like we're living through this insane time, and everybody's been on adrenaline for what is this? So March was the big one.
5
March,
weeks or
April,
5
May,
months.
June, July. Yeah, like just about 5 months, and people knew this was coming. There was chatter about this in January. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were talking about doing this before this shutdown happened. And then we made the shift. We were originally going to do this show at 25 Carrick with bands and all kinds of
Oh,
shit
wow.
like that. And we were going to be socially distant, and we were going to interview everybody online like this, but like a band was going to play, and that dropped. And then we came in and switched this into this more of a local thing. Yeah, 60. I think Dave said 64. I guess that works. 64 episodes over 19 weeks. It's been
It's
crazy.
awesome. You guys, I mean, it's also good to see people. Like you don't get to just see people and hear about what they're doing, you know, and it's like it's so nice that you guys are doing this. Thank you so much. I mean, it really is just to see faces and hear what they're up to, you know. It's really good. Thanks.
Well, sure, no problem. But they put 63 on the screen just to screw with me. But I'm gonna hold out for 64 because our 50th episode was on a Friday, and I thought our 60th episode was. I think this would be like the turning point. This should be 4. I could be wrong. They have the numbers. So what's the next day for you? I mean, what's going on right now?
You know, we're doing belly basket. We're working on some other stuff to hopefully get off the ground in the next couple of weeks, working with some really cool organizations. And then we're also doing this Friday family meals, which are just, you know, focused on like people that are working, you know, that have families. It's like something that's super easy.
What do you have? What usually, like, what'd you serve in the family meals last week?
So this Friday, we're going to put out a roasted local chicken, like a creamy roasted heirloom tomato pasta, some cookie dough for you to cook off at home, and a big salad and some homemade lemonade. And I think that's it. So really simple. Try and use, again, local stuff and keep it family friendly. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
That's awesome. Kate, some of I mean, I don't want to I'm going to wax your car for a while here. I've never eaten anything that you have made that I haven't loved. You get like that. You have that touch, right? it's amazing, right? So I was a big fan when you had E squared. I went crazy, and when you parlayed into black radish, I tried to be a part of everything you're doing because if you're cooking, I'm gonna eat it.
Thanks, man.
But sure, hey, sure thing. But a question for you is, what's the best thing you've eaten during quarantine?
I just picked up I just went to Independent and got a pina colada and a cheeseburger. I've just started to go out and do some some pickup stuff. It was great. It was great. That pina colada,
Where from? Where did you?
Independent in Squirrel Hill.
Independent in Squirrel Hill.
Yeah.
A pina colada to go.
Yeah, it was dynamite, and a big fat cheeseburger, which I haven't had. I think we made some right at the beginning of this whole thing in the kitchen, but it was delicious. Diane is doing a great job over there.
So,
Yeah.
so how did what was it, a rocks pina colada? I mean, how did they
No,
get
it's
that
a frozen pina colada.
how did you get that? How did I not know of this?
I know, and you just go on their website, you pre-order. It's you pick up. It was delicious. They might even have a delivery option, but I drove my motorcycle up, picked it up, took it home. It was great.
What did you just have, like one of those like beer helmets that you could just
Yes.
with a straw that you could just drink your pina colada on the ride home?
It was just a fast ride home, so I could get that pina colada in my
It's
face.
right down the hill.
Yeah,
I understand that. Yeah, I did take out last weekend from Morcia.
Oh my god, did
And
you get the chicken sandwich that looks bomb?
that's what pushed me over the edge.
Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes market, I'm not always a big fan of people like taking pictures of everything they eat from like when they go to restaurants, I get it, but like taking pictures of everything, like, okay, you make grits at your house, it doesn't look that good. It's not Instagrammable. Okay,
Yeah.
it doesn't carry over very well. But like I saw a picture of that. I said to Eileen, I was like, you know what? We should probably get in on this. So we
my God.
picked it up. We ordered like half the menu, and we had the cocktails to go. We ordered that they had a cocktail to go, and I had never had a to go cocktail before, and it was awesome. They had little jars. It was pre-mixed, cold, and they had the soda water with it mixed. Told you how to mix it around, and I had only been making my mixed drinks, which I just told you is essentially fruit juice and tequila. So there's not really like a mix to it. I went like this for effect, but there's no mixing. Literally, you could like kind of stir it with your finger. There's really nothing. There's really nothing to it. And I actually, for the first time in like 5 months, I felt like I was like, oh my god, that's what cocktails taste like.
Yeah.
I had forgotten.
The to-go cocktail thing is really cool. People are doing some really awesome stuff. Their packaging is interesting. Like the cocktails are delicious. So I'm excited.
I'm totally down, but I wouldn't ever even think to get a pina colada to go. Did you drink it at home, or did you like just drink it on the sidewalk walking to your motorcycle?
No, I drove home as fast as I could to drink that thing.
And it was still frozen.
It was still frozen. It was awesome. I wish I would have ordered two.
See, yeah, well, there's always tomorrow. But
Yeah.
I literally, I don't think I could. I always screw up a pina colada because I always put too much alcohol.
Yeah, I can't pour a drink. That's why I only drink straight alcohol, because I cannot.
I throw off the mix as always. It ends up being too strong. Alexi Morrissey just came up with the name Kate. Never a bad meal, Romane.
Damn, you guys are making me feel so good.
Well,
Love you, Lexi.
You should. A lot of people. Ann Saxon says it's sweet to see you, Kate. Ann Hines is chiming in. Kate, it's good to see your face. Lisa
damn.
Newcomb chimed in. The one and only Kate Romaine. All these people are chiming in.
Oh, that's
John Grabowski II. Mrs.
John
your sister Kate.
Grabowski! Oh, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's here.
Guys.
So what do you have to say to your fans that are out here chiming in to say hello? Lisa Newcomb, the one and only. Kate
Oh,
Romaine.
Lisa Newcomb. I miss you guys. I miss everyone. I miss seeing everybody's face so much. Yeah, and like hang in there. Like I miss you. We're gonna all eat meatballs again. Like just the biggest fucking meatball party ever. It's gonna be great.
That's actually the best thing I've heard in 5 months. Like that's basically all. That's all I want. That's all I want is to be together with everybody and eat your fucking meatballs. Like just the biggest meatball party ever. Well,
Ever.
Kate, I don't think we're gonna get any better than that. Here's to you.
Cheers.
And
Thanks,
here's to
babe.
you. Everybody, let's have a drink with Kate Romaine.
I love you guys.
Kate,
Thanks
love
so
you.
much.
come back. You can hang out after if you want to stick around in the green room and shoot the shit offline, and we'll keep the text thread open.
Cool.
So
Thank you so much for having me on. This was awesome, and
Kate,
please keep this going. It's
thank
really
you so much.
cool.
And one last thing, I mean, just to reiterate, Safe Service Pittsburgh is out there. Go to the website, check it out. If you're friends with someone that owns a restaurant that's not aware of it, sign up for it. It's a good thing. It is community more than anything. It is one of the most positive things that have come out for the restaurant industry, and it's a guide map for you too. I'm really excited about it. Of course, Kate Romane spearheads this thing. So anyway, Thanks, are the best. Keep on being you. I can't wait to eat your fucking meatballs. All right,
awesome. Tell Pepper and Eileen I said hi.
I will. They came by. If you hang for like a minute and a half, you'll probably hear her. She usually kind of yells on her way out. So if you want to just hang in the green room, you can.
I'll be in the green room. I have nothing to do.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much, Kate Romane.
Thanks, guys.
You're the best.
Love you.
As you can tell, I can't stand Kate Romane, and nobody can apparently. She's she's one of the most loved for a reason. She's all heart, and you can taste it in her cooking. It's amazing. So check out that, and go to Black Radish Kitchen. Check out their website, and Safe Service Pittsburgh is killer. So now to wind things up for the night, Dave Mansueto, how are things looking in the in-show poll? Are we calling it a night? Is it over?
Bop versus the gum band. Let's do it. It is pop by 55%, gum band 45%. That's all nonsense words, but whatever. I love you, Pittsburgh.
All right. Pittsburgh loves you. Okay, so pop moves on to whatever we're cooking up for you tomorrow. But speaking about cooking up, let's talk about the big jagoff. Pete, you're not the big jagoff, Pete.
Oh, I thought I was the big jagoff.
Let's talk about the big jagoff. Here it is, Pete. Amanda Blair, Kieran comes in with E squared crew forever. That's right. There, she just missed our shout out. I'm sorry, Amanda. You're usually the first one we shout out. Pete, talk to me before we list off what the big jack off is tomorrow. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Your hair's getting bigger.
It is. I spent a few days out in the sun. I haven't taken a shower in like 5-6 days. Hi, Pepper.
She's moved on. She's going to bed soon.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
So your hair looks fantastic. I don't know what is happening here. I got to stop with the pomade because it's not holding anymore.
Do a clipper drive, Patrick. You could just get some clippers and do it yourself.
I have the clippers. I can do it. I was kind of keeping it for effect. I had no clue we were going to go 19 weeks on this show. I had no idea. So I might just shave the whole thing off.
You can get them online for like $20.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, Jason Bernard wants to comment on your wig piece, I'm assuming. That is.
I think it's your wig piece, not mine.
Jason, are you talking about me?
We'll find out in 8 seconds.
All right, that's fine. Well, while we're waiting for Jason to catch up with the delay, because we're actually in the future right now, and y'all are in the past. What's going on? You're drinking hams.
Drinking hams.
So
just got back from a little retreat in the middle of the state.
So you went to a lake.
I did.
And so that was like you were out on your own. You keep finding these great secluded lake spots, Pete.
We've been kind of going to the same lake. We've become a little obsessed with this lake. It's out near Altoona, and
if you tell it on this, it's going to be crowded tomorrow. I mean, you're going to lose your secret lake spot.
Listen, I already got reservations for this lake, so I've got my camp reservations for the rest of the summer. I'm pretty excited about it. Going back almost every other week for a few days.
Good.
But going back to your conversation about the there I am with my dogs.
Talk to me.
Out on my dinghy.
Talk to me. Nice feet, by the way. What are those, Crocs?
No, they're like just $20 water shoes. They become my summer wardrobe.
Ask how much they were, Pete.
They're not Crocs. My daughter told me Crocs are going out of business. They went bankrupt. They're done.
Well, yeah, wow. Okay.
I mean, I've never worn Crocs.
Neither have I.
But check out that sunset. That was the sunset last night after a big storm. We're out on the river, on the lake.
Okay.
The dog swam out to me.
It's getting so emotional. You were going to say something else, though.
Well, I was going to say we stopped at quite a few places along the way, like to get gas. There's like a Sheetz every 30 feet.
Well, that's okay.
And we stopped at a bakery today. I don't even know the name of the town, but it's near Evansburg, I think.
Were they wearing masks, Pete?
The people working there were, but people were not social distancing. And when we walked in, it was almost like we were like oddities because we were wearing masks. And I was like kind of waiting for someone to say something to me. Because when you're out in the middle of like fucking Trump, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, well, hey man, it's like, well, I told you, man, it's happening everywhere. I mean, people are ready to throw down at the drop of a hat. You know what I mean? I told you, my family, little kids, my family's at the beach, and people are tossing their chairs out of the way and starting shit. It's a crazy time right now, and people aren't realizing what's going on. I mean, if Jean-Claude Van Damme was there, he would dance and make it all better. Right. So what we need is, you know what? I think it's time to lift the ban on Jean-Claude Van Damme and let him back on the show. Hey, Jackie.
I don't know.
You don't want to lift the ban and let Jean-Claude back on?
No, I hear he's kind of a dick.
Not anymore.
What do you mean not anymore?
Well, his star has fallen.
Yeah, but he can still be
now.
Is he? I'm gonna have to read some Yelp reviews and decide.
Okay, Pete. If you don't want to forgive and forget, if you don't want to get over things, if you don't want to put stuff in the past, if you want to hold a grudge, Pete is a grudge holder. Pandemic Pete himself.
Only with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, Pete. Are you thinking about dropping what the overnight is? Because I feel almost bad for one of the contestants in this overnight poll, because one of the contestants is one of the biggest single night vote getters in the history of Alone Together Pittsburgh.
I think he's going to get crushed.
Okay, let's see what it is. Dave Mansueto.
Oh, baby, here we go. The overnight. It is Kurt Angle versus the Deer Hunter. Kurt Angle, the man that puts protein powder on his pepperoni pizza, versus the Deer Hunter, the movie that knows how to cheer you up when it's gloomy outside and the pandemic menace is on the streets. Ladies and gentlemen, the jag-off for the overnight. TogetherPGH.com/vote. Do it or else.
So do you think he really puts protein powder on his pepperoni?
I've had it. I've had that protein pizza. We went to a local wrestling thing. That pizza, you bite into it, it's all powder. It's like dust.
So it tastes like foxes. Is that what you're saying?
Wait, did you actually, you've met Kurt Angle, haven't you, Dave?
I do. I don't know what that cool picture is.
Okay,
so yeah.
I thought you might have it on hand. There's a picture. We'll have it tomorrow, depending on. Oh, there's Dave in the blur, getting down in his cave. With a small candlelight at the end of the tunnel. Oh, there, he was getting into focus right when they pull him out. Okay, folks, so get to voting right now. Get to voting right now. It's live. Is it live, Pete? So it is Kurt Angle.
Shit, I don't know.
Okay, it's okay. You work on that instead of like working on your hair. You got that Parker Lewis can't lose hairdo going on right now.
You're just jealous because I can actually cut my own hair.
What do you think? What do you think I'm saying? Why do you think I'm saying it? Of course I'm jealous. You have to point it out. Stating the obvious. Like that'd be like me saying that ceiling fan behind your head is a weird, trippy thing. So anyway, it's like a fan halo, which was a great name for a Van Halen cover band. Fan Halo. Fan Halo is a good name for a Van Halen cover band. We're gonna try to get David Lee Roth on the show next week. I don't know if it's gonna work out, but okay. So
it is live on the website. I've confirmed it.
Okay, so Deer Hunter, obviously not a comedy. But it's an iconic movie from the area. It's all here versus it's all there. I mean, Kurt Angle is one of the most epic wrestlers from the real wrestling, gold medalist to the ring, to the squared circle itself. He is an icon. I'm just saying he is. Pete, let's take Pete out before he starts talking about his deck or his lake vacation.
No, you should. I just got some new toys. I'm real excited about this.
Was that what that vibration that I heard was?
Yeah, I got a biscuit cutter.
That's what I. Oh, new toys. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
Pretty excited.
Anyway, get to
Started
voting.
experimenting with
We
that
got a
today.
great show for you tomorrow. Lou Castelli, the managing director from the Pittsburgh Public Theater, is going to be here tomorrow. Friday, we've got a great show lined up for you. We've got Dave Bracey's going to come back. Natalie Bensavenga is going to be back with her 5 minutes with. And Dave, did we book that musical guest for Friday?
Yeah, man, we got Davu on Friday. I'm so excited.
All right. So we got a big week coming up. Keep checking in. Keep on. Keep social distancing. Keep washing your hands. Follow the protocols. Wear a mask. Make sure the mask is covering your nose. You get confused. And also, if you're out in public and you have your mask on, they can still hear you on the phone. You don't have to pull your mask down and talk on the phone. Everyone's on the phone all the time anyway. Keep your mask on. Try to stay conscious of it, okay? Everyone's got masks now. Everyone's doing it. Even Bane. What about Bane?
No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
That's right. If you want to be cool, you wear the mask. Anyway, bottom line, Bruce Springsteen will tell you,
Put on a fucking mask.
that's all you need. Everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, keep your masks on, socially distance. We're going to get through this, and check out Black Radish Kitchen. All right, thank you. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock.